Okay. Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for joining today's Hikvision Explain Live. So, my name is Jun Yang, VMS specialist in Hikvision. Today, I'm super excited to be here to launch HiTools Delivery in Europe and to share with you guys the latest information about this software. So, what is HiTools Delivery? HiTools, from the naming of the software, I think we can already have some ideas. HiTools Delivery should be some kind of Hikvision tools with the functionality of product or project delivery. And we will talk about this with more details in the next few minutes. In today's session, we will mainly cover three parts: overview, introduction, key features, and the live demonstration will also be integrated while we talk about features. So let's start from the overview introduction. HiTools Delivery is a free-to-use software that can be downloaded from our website. This is mainly designed for installers or configuration engineers or any person that has the needs to configure Hikvision products. This tool aims to streamline and enhance your experience in Hikvision product configuration. For example, hardware product activation, network configuration, and a batch configuration. I think you guys have probably used the batch configuration tool before. So please note that the batch configuration tool will stop maintenance and will be replaced by this HiTools Delivery. We really hope by launching this HiTools Delivery, it is able to help you save your time and cost during your product configuration and the project delivery journey. And the following chart is the vision of HiTools Delivery. It is showing what we are trying to achieve within this software in the next year or two. So there are mainly two aspects of software development for HiTools Delivery. The first one is by product, and the second one is by workflow. By product, it mainly means that we will first focus on product level configurations. The main features included by product aspect includes the first one is product configuration, including batch configuration, one-by-one device configuration, configuration by template, and the pre-configuration. And the second function is subsystem configuration, which means the product combination configure. For example, the radar and PTZ linkage configuration and other calibration system configuration. After configuration have been done, then we also offer the function test feature to help you verify whether the video is good or not, whether you can receive event and alarm normally, and whether your platform access is successful. If any of the feature has some issues, we will also offer the maintenance tool to help you further troubleshoot what could be the possible cause of the issue. After the test is completed, we will have some reports available in the software to provide you the outcome report and also the device information report. One of the features that might be interesting to you guys will be available later this year is a combination between the HiTools Delivery and the Hack Central. So we will release a feature to your configuration on the HiTools Delivery. You will be able to export a config file from HiTools Delivery, and that config file can then import it to Hack Central directly to get the device added. So in this way, it will be beneficial, especially in Hack Central project delivery. So after we finish the product development aspects, then we will move our focus point to the workflow, which is mainly designed for project delivery procedure management. It will include project delivery procedure from A to Z, such as unboxing inspection, construction guidance, configuration guidance, function tests, and the delivery report. So once again, many of the features in this chart are not available yet, but this is what we will try to achieve in the future versions. Because right now we have a dedicated product manager team and engineering team for the tools. So roughly about every 4 months, we will release a new version of HiTools Delivery. So please keep tuned to get the latest updates. Okay, the next part, we will talk about the key features that are currently available in the latest version of HiTools Delivery. Here we have listed 5 major features: pre-configuration, device management, batch configuration, function test, and project management. So we will talk about them one by one. Pre-configuration is mainly designed for the scenario before engineer going to site, before engineer have access to the actual devices. You can create some pre-configuration template in your system to include all the basic settings. After the device was installed and powered on, connected to the network, we can then use the software to push the pre-configuration parameters to the devices to finish all the settings. And the second one is for device management. The tool also integrates the SADP module to allow you to discover the online devices from the same subnet. So you can do the same functions on SADP. And at the same time, you will be able to add devices into the software for further management, such as batch upgrade, batch reset, etc. After the devices has been added, there are more configuration options to allow you to do the batch configuration among different device types. And once the configuration is done, we offer the function test feature to help you test the video, event, platform access. And at the same time, in the software, you can create multiple projects. And for each project, you can have different combinations of devices. And after the configuration, you will be able to export your device information so that the information can be shared among different engineers within your team who might need to deliver the same project or maintain the same project. And the next, we will open the delivery software to give you some live demonstration. Now let me share my screen. Yep, so this is the interface of HiTools Delivery. Let me just double check. Can you guys see the HiTools Delivery? Okay, thank you for confirmation. Yeah, so this is the main interface of HiTools Delivery. And if you look at the left side, there are different menus available. So I will start with the pre-configuration menu. So when we go to pre-configuration menu, you can see that there are 2 templates available, which means pre-configuration currently only support camera and the video intercom device. So if I click on camera template, then it will offer 2 options for the configure. The first one is online configure, which means we pre-configure all the parameters directly on HiTools software. And the second one is import configuration file, this is configured by an Excel file. So basically what you need to do is that you need to select the configuration parameters that you want to configure, and then you need to export the template as an Excel file so that you can edit the configuration details on the Excel file and then import back to the system. So here we will use online configure as an example. So once we choose online configure, we need to choose the IP configuration mode. The first option is auto allocate, which means DHCP. So normally in a project, we would recommend to use manual allocate, so that you need to allocate the IP range for your cameras. For example, let's say the project currently have 4 cameras. Now we can define the start IP address of the cameras. Let's say 1.11 until 1.14, so 4 cameras. Next is to configure the port number. We will use the default port number and use the default subnet mask and the gateway. Next configuration is to create an activation password for all your cameras. So after this basic parameter have been configured, you can click on next. So in the next page, as you can see that there are 4 entries because there are 4 cameras. IP range from 11 to 14. So now we need to define which camera is using what IP address. So this method is done by the serial number match. And there are multiple methods for us to input the serial number. The first one is that you can use the scanning tool in your phone to scan this QR code. Just need to make sure your phone and the HiTools software are in the same network. So once you use your camera to scan this QR code, it will open a web page on the mobile phone with the feature of scanning QR code, scanning the serial number. After you scan the serial number will be entered into the box automatically. And the second method is that if you have a USB barcode scanner connected to your PC, then you can use your barcode scanner to scan the serial number from the device box. And the third method is that if you have a record of the serial number, then you can just enter it manually. So for example, if here we just use the manual enter method. So here I will just use some fake serial number for demonstration purpose. Yeah, so after you have entered the serial number, the activation password was the previous configured one, and if needed, you can change the password for the 10 devices. And you can also add some notes for your devices. And if there are more than 4 devices in your system, you can also click on Add to manually allocate additional IP, serial number, password. So in this example, we will just use these 4 devices. And then we can just click on Next. So the next page is showing the basic configuration parameters from the camera perspective. It mainly includes the following parameters. The first one is time settings. If you want to configure the time, pre-configure the time for cameras, then you need to check this checkbox. Select the time zone and select the time sync mode, either NTP mode or manual time sync mode. And you can also configure the correct DSC setting for your devices. After that is video audio setting. So we offer 3 options of stream settings: main stream, substream, and the third stream. So for example, if here we want to pre-configure the mainstream parameter, then we just click on mainstream, select the resolution as 1080p, select the bitrate type, and enter the max bitrate. Configure the encoding algorithm and also the audio encoding. The next option is to configure ISAP. So if you have a platform that needs to connect to your device by ISAP, then you can enable the ISAP option and input the ISAP parameters. So here we will just use time setting and video setting. After you have finished the pre-configuration, click on Next. And this is a preview page to show you all the devices. As you can see, there are different devices with serial number and IP address identical. And under each device, you can see the detailed configuration that is included in this pre-configuration template. If needed, you can also change it accordingly. If you are happy with this template, then you can click on Complete. Now the pre-configuration has complete. So the next step, all you need to do is to connect your devices with the same serial number to the network. And then we can just click on Quick Apply to apply the settings from the software to your devices. Yeah, so this is a main operation procedure for pre-configuration. We also have video intercom template. Video intercom pre-configuration template is quite similar. The main difference is that before doing the video intercom configuration, you will need to define the scenario so that we understand how many intercom devices, how many outdoor stations, how many indoor stations in the system. After that, it will follow the similar procedure to configure the network parameters, to enter the serial number, and to configure the building information. So the whole procedure is quite similar. Yeah, so this is the first feature, pre-configuration. The second feature is device management. So under device management, the HiTools Delivery has integrated the SADP module so that it allows you to discover the online devices from the same subnet. So for example, this is the online devices that have been detected by HiTools Delivery. So what we can do is that we can, for example, select multiple devices and batch activation the devices if they are not yet activated. And at the same time, you will be able to modify the network parameter for certain devices. And on the top, it will allow you to reset password and also allow you to unbind from HiConnect account. So this is very similar to the features in SADP. On the bottom, there is an Add to Device list, which means you can add the online device from the SADP module into your software. After device is added, you will be see those devices in the device list. And of course, you will be able to manually add device as well. And there are multiple modes available for manually adding device, such as adding each device by IP, or batch adding device by IP segment, or import via CSV or Excel file. So after devices have been added, you will see the device details on the device list. And there are more operations available. So for example, we can select multiple devices and click on upgrade, to do batch upgrade. And there are mainly two modes for the upgrade. One is parallel. Parallel means that the devices selected will be upgraded at the same time. And for our current design, it allows to upgrade up to 4 devices at the same time. Serial upgrade mode means that it will upgrade the device one by one. So this is a batch upgrade feature. You can also select the devices and batch configure the time setting, such as time zone and the time sync mode. It will also have the feature of restart device, reset device, and configure the SDK protocol. So if we look at the right side of the device, you will be able to edit the device information, and you can also go to the remote configuration page of the device. So if, for example, if here I click on remote configuration, it will open the web page of the device so that you can live view the device, play back the device, or do some further configuration on the web page. Yeah, so this is a live view of the devices. Okay, so this is the second feature, device management. The third feature available in the HiTools Delivery is batch configuration. So if we go to the device configuration page, we can see that the batch configuration is mainly supported by the following device types, such as camera, NVR, access control, video intercom, turnstile, and entrance exit screen, parking guidance screen. So here we will more focus on the CCTV devices. If I click on camera, it will first display all those cameras that have been added into the HiTools. So here you can select the camera you want to do batch configuration. So for example, here I selected the first 2 cameras, and it will automatically display those parameters that can be batch configured, including the general configuration such as time setting, video audio setting, display configuration, OSD configuration. If you want to apply the setting, you just need to check the checkbox and then select the contents you want to configure. For example, if I want to display date on the OSD, I can then select the display date option, and then I can move the date option and move the camera option. And besides the basic image setting, we also provide network setting, including SNMP, 802.1x, and certificate management. It will also allow you to batch configure the device access method, such as ISAP, iConnect, and OnWave protocol. It also has the feature of batch configure the event, including motion detection, and a VCA event like intrusion, line crossing. So quite a few batch configuration options are available at this page. If you are happy with what you have configured, then you can just click on apply, and the settings will be applied to the device, and you will see the pop-up window telling you whether the apply is being succeeded or not. So once you are happy with the configuration, then you can go to the Test tab. Under the Test tab, here you can verify and check the video to see if the video is good or not. If you have multiple cameras selected, you can also change the display format for the layout, and you can also go to next page, clicking on the arrow on the bottom. If this is a PTZ camera, then you will be able to use the feature on the PTZ panel to control and move the PTZ to see if there's any delay or any responding issue. Yeah, once you are happy with the picture test, then you can go to the event test. The event test, it will show whether the event can be triggered successfully or not. So for example, if motion has been triggered, it will show triggered on the software. And if you look at the bottom, it will tell you which device has triggered on what kind of events information. And for the event test feature, currently we can support the following event type, including motion detection, intrusion, line crossing, face capture, and multi-target type detection. And we can click on the real-time event to see those events that has been triggered live. You can see the event source, event type, event time, and the details. And the next tab is for platform access test. So once you click on this tab, it will tell you which camera have enabled the ISAP protocol and which camera has enabled the HiConnect service. It will also show whether it's accessed successfully or not. So this is a test feature. We have picture test, event test, and the platform test available for the camera. The next tab is showing the configuration feature for NVR devices. So basically for NVR devices, what we can do is that you can directly add cameras to NVR or delete cameras. So for example, if I want to delete this camera from the IP channel of NVR setting, I can just select the camera and click on delete. And if you want to add any camera from HiTools Delivery into the NVR, you can just click on batch add and then select the camera from the list and click on apply, so that the IP channel will be imported to the NVR side. And once again, you can see a configuration icon here. So once you click, it will direct you to the NVR webpage to allow you to do more configuration. We also offer other batch configuration for access control, video intercom, turnstile, and LED screens. Yes, so this is the device configuration feature. So if we look at the project management, the HiTools Delivery will allow you to create multiple projects. So for example, here I can create another project. Project number 2. After this project is configured, you can switch between different projects from the menu. And once you switch to different projects, it will show different devices that have been included in your project automatically. So that if you might have multiple projects to manage, you can create multiple projects and then import different devices into your project. And then if you go to the report menu, you will be able to view all your device information that have been included in this current project, including the information of IP address, the device model, serial number, and even some username and password details. And this information, the device list information, can be exported as an Excel file or PDF file, so that if you may have multiple engineers to manage the same project, you can easily share the project information and the device information using the Excel or PDF file. Yeah, so that is the main features for HiTools Delivery. On the top right, we have a toolkit. So if you click on toolkit, you can see there's a additional tool that have been implemented, which is format converter. This will allow you to convert the video source file into a different format. And then if you click on this icon, then you can configure some directory for the HiTools Delivery upgrading file. And also you can click the user manual to bring up the user manual document of the HiTools Delivery. And on the in the middle of the right section, there is a task center. As we click on task center, it will tell you what kind of tasks in progress and what tasks being completed. So if there is any failed task, you can reply, you can check the reason why it is failed, and then you can reapply the settings. So yeah, I think HiTools Delivery software is quite straightforward and is an easy to use software. And of course, this is currently the early stage of this software. We will continuously update the software according to your guys' requirements and feedback to make it better. Yeah, so this is a main part for the HiTools Delivery. Let me share my screen and go back to the presentation. Okay, so if you guys want to trial the HiTools Delivery, you can go to Hikvision website and go to support HiTools. You will find the latest version of HiTools Delivery available on our website. And if you may have any requirements or find any issues while using the HiTools Delivery, please feedback to us through your local support team, and we will try to resolve the issues. And for requirements, we will further evaluate and try to implement it in future version development. So that's all for today's part. Let me check if there's any questions. No batch configuration for alarm devices. Yeah, currently, because we just released the HiTools Delivery, so this feature is not currently available, but we will add this into our wish list, and hopefully this can be implemented in future versions. I'm missing the option to set DNS on the devices. Okay, thank you for your feedback, Eric. We will also add this one into the wish list. So at the moment, what you can do is that you will need to go to the remote configuration page to configure the DNS. Another question, in video intercom, when the client wants to connect to HiConnect, we need to give the password of administration. For the configuration feature that is done on the HiTools Delivery, first you will need to add your device into the HiTools Delivery tool. So when you add the device, you will need to enter the username and the password before you can add it. So only after device has been added, you will be able to configure it. So yes, you will need to enter the password before you can configure that. Yeah, this is because we cannot allow device configuration without logging into the device. Because every device has to be logged in before configuration can be applied on the device. Yeah, another question is, will this work for any NVR firmware? Yeah, I would say that most of the NVR products will be supported by the HiTools Delivery. But if the firmware is too old for some NVR, then you might experience some issues. Because the device access protocol is universal between our products and the software. So for most of the firmware, it will be available to connect by the software. And if you might find any issues within the old firmware on NVR device, you can also using the batch configuration tool or within the HiTools Delivery to upgrade the device. If there are no other questions, then that's all for today's session. Thank you very much for your time. And I will add all your requirements into our wish list. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.